Now, one of the things I like about debating Bernie is he's honest. When he ran in Vermont, he ran as a socialist, an unabashed socialist.
No, I ran as an independent, longest-serving independent in the history of the United States Congress.
Are you a socialist or not?
I am a democratic socialist, similar to the folks. Okay. But don't tell them I didn't run as a socialist. I ran as an independent. You told people you were a socialist. Fine. You didn't run as a right-winger. You ran as a Republican, right?
I am happily a conservative.
Conservative, all right.
I am happily a conservative. So Bernie ran telling the voters he was a socialist. And then in this last election, he ran in the Democratic Party. He almost won the Democratic Party's nomination. And if you didn't have super delegates and the corruption of the DNC, you probably would have been your party's nominee.
You're looking for a job as my campaign manager.
You know. But I'll say it was interesting. Right before the commercial break, when I said Bernie and the Democrats want to cut defense, cut the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and Marines, Bernie reacted and said, no, the Democrats don't. That's just me, Bernie. So it's interesting. Listen, I think today, I think the lesson the Democratic Party took from this election was Hillary Clinton was too moderate. And I think the Democratic Party is the party of you and Elizabeth Warren. But let me just ask, since this is a tax debate, what is the difference between a socialist and a Democrat on taxes?
Well, I don't know the answer to that because I don't know what other Democrats. But here's what I think. As a democratic socialist, Ted, similar to the people in Denmark and Sweden and Norway and Finland, people who have by and large a much higher standard of living than we have, people who guarantee health care to all of their people as a right, where kids have free preschool education, where retirement benefits are much more generous in the United States. This is what I do believe, Ted. I believe that in a civilized society, people, especially those on top, should be asked to pay their fair share so that every man, woman, and child in our country can have a decent standard of living. So let me finish. We are the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. And Ted has got to explain why we have 28 million people without any health insurance, many more underinsured, and if he gets his way, another 15 million lose their insurance.
So hold on. We're staying with the subject because, believe it or not, on the subject of Senator Sanders' worldview and his support for democratic socialism and his love of Denmark. The next question.
We just witnessed a very important moment in this debate, which is that Bernie admitted that he wants to raise everyone's taxes. Not just the rich. The question was, to pay for this socialist state, you got to raise everyone's taxes. And Bernie said, yep, that's right. Your taxes are going up. That is a rare moment of candor in Washington. You know, it's interesting, when I asked him the difference between a socialist and a Democrat on taxes, he couldn't tell me. I can't tell you either, because the Democratic Party today, the difference is Bernie admits his policies are socialist. Now, he'd hold on, I didn't interrupt you, Bernie. Bernie likes to glorify socialism. But if you look at the greatest engine of prosperity the world has ever seen, it's the American free enterprise system. There is a reason millions of people risk their lives to come here. You know, he talks about poverty. Yes, we have people who are suffering in this country, but it's worth noting that in the United States, per capita income in the United States is over 5 times greater than the world average, and it's 50% greater than Europe. There's a reason why my dad, coming out of prison and torture in Cuba, came here with $100 in his underwear, because, you know, you go to socialized countries and you don't have the economic mobility. You got rich people that live like kings, but you don't have penniless immigrants who can go start a small business and work towards the American dream. And your answer is, let's make us like European socialism. I say, let's make us like American exceptionalism, free enterprise and opportunity for everybody.
Well, I wish we had opportunity